Okay, kid, get off my back. Oh, what up, Logan? Sorry, man. I ran out to feed my cat real quick. Otherwise, you would be hearing her constantly. Yeah, I thought it would automatically update. It didn't even give me the option yesterday when I was learning how to stream. I thought that was kind of strange. And I hope you're having a nice day at work. So, welcome to the training room. I will show you. Are you not getting my audio? That's super weird. Hang on one second. I'll see if anyone on the next one. That's real. Yeah, you guys can't hear me at all, eh? Not even slightly. Doesn't that make any sense? Uh, I don't have any headphone options. I sound like I'm 5 rooms away. Oh, it could be because I had them on backwards. How about now? You guys can hear me? Yeah, there we go. Hey, what up, guys? So yeah, Logan, I thought for sure 25 was gonna be like the hot number. Congrats on getting 27, but as you can see at the bottom there, I have 187 now. You can really chain the fuck out of these things. It's quite amazing. Um, yeah, the delay. I'll get used to the delay for sure. It's funny hanging out with Rick watching yesterday. It was just really odd. I haven't done this before. You know, some things might be easier. Maybe I should write down like a few things to talk about with games, but in general, I feel like I'll get used to the delay. I'll get used to streaming. Um, I really enjoy it. It's quite fun. So, yeah, the trick to doing this instead of like initially I had thought, oh yeah, you want to go all the way around this thing as many times as possible. That is impossible. At a certain point, you lose complete control. You'll go winding into a wall immediately. Once you get a steady feel for the flow of drifting in general, like when you can chain drift, it, I don't know how many milliseconds far apart it is, but yeah, look, I went around it too for so long, but then I found out that hey, I can just do this in a line, and you have a much better control. It's still incredibly difficult, but you have way more control than when you're trying to go around something and you constantly change direction. Whereas if you go in a line, you can pretty. Let's see if I can get that. I'm gonna have to stop talking for a second here, but if you go in a line, you can just keep going back and forth over and over and over and over and over and over again, and it's crazy. You know, I never figured out the middle tiles. I don't know that there's any real significance to them. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. There's so many secrets to this game. I feel like there's secrets that people still haven't even found out about. there's, from what I counted, there are a total of 11 different outfits, but there are 12 slots for outfits, and that doesn't seem to make sense because there are every other area that has like a box layout of all the items you can get, like weapons, for example. They have like a finite amount, and you can fill the entire archive. However, clothing does not seem to do that. This is probably going to be super boring. Can you drift through the middle? You mean like through this thing? Oh, I see. From top to bottom or bottom to top now. No, it won't let me. This barrier's right here, yeah. Ooh, starting to feel that. Ugh. Oh, this game is like, there are times when it gets my adrenaline rushing so much from fighting certain bad guys, or from like in this once you get more than like a 50 chain, it's like, oh no, the adrenaline starts to kick in, and then all of a sudden you just have no consistency. I'm trying real hard. I'm having a hard time mapping my hand consistency. But the show is called Coffee and Drifting, so I hope you guys are drinking some coffee like I am. I am still getting ready for work. And this coffee is going to help me. Yeah, so Logan, the real trick is once you get your timing right, once you get that feel for how slow or how fast you can press the button, you can really just go to town. If you are able to keep your analog stick level when you're turning left and right, you will have no problem with this. Dude, drifting in this game, I'm glad that it is part of the title, and it plays so heavily into how you approach your opponents. Oh my god, why can't I do this? Oh. I swear I spent like a half hour just getting queued up, and then it just like, the flow just goes. But you could see like getting up to 20 is no problem. So getting up to 25 is pretty... Just like that. So you can easily double your count if you're already comfortable with the flow of drifting. And there are certain costumes that will eventually help you with drifting. And now kill something? Alright, well I'm down to kill some stuff. Alright, let's get out of this thing. Let's pop into Battle Royale. No, kill something. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool, and like, so there is, I don't know if it's spoiling anything for you, but like, really you're not going to find out about it any other way. There's an achievement for getting 800 drifts in a row, and I'm going to do it. I swear I will do it. I can't get past 187. That is insane. No scope, kill something. Oh, I'm no scope, man. I'm all shotgun. Unless that's not what you mean. Alright, I'm dropping in. So this is Battle Royale. Rick was watching me do this yesterday. It is 10 rounds of enemies. You have a very limited amount of health packs that are available in this stage. It's all about survival, of course. Um, it is incredibly difficult. If it's not difficult at the beginning, it becomes difficult immediately. See, look at that! I just got aced. I just got aced. I just got knocked over once, and I got my ass handed to me. So, Logan, this actually opens up. If you get 12 keys, you can get to this, and you should be able to do that before you reach anywhere near the end of the game. But once you get down to like, I think once you've reached the south, you should be able to get to 12 keys pretty easily. It took me a little while. I don't remember where they're all hidden. They're among the most difficult to find items in the game. But they just don't have any like. They don't have any way to distinguish which item you're hunting down. Yeah, I didn't think you'd been a completionist, but if you hunt down 12 keys, you can lock in this game. It's super fun. So as you see, it tallies up the amount of guys you kill, and then you move on to the next round. I think the hardest part for me in this has been maintaining steady health. Because some guys, they'll knock you down, and they will just keep hitting you, and it seems so incredibly unfair, but there's nothing you can do about it. So I guess the key is having a really good gun to slash balance. Because look at these fuckers. Oh! Not being a completionist in this game will actually, it can only benefit you. It is probably one of the hardest games that I've tried 100%. Oh, did I just get aced? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, so that's one of the 4 rooms. Like, apparently in Battle Royale, if you get through all 10 rounds of each of these rooms, you will unlock a 5th room, which I'm guessing is probably hidden somewhere over behind this wall, that combines enemies from all 4 areas, whereas these ones are each individual area. So I think it goes west, north, south, east. This one is actually one of the more difficult ones, even though I think the east was probably one of the easiest areas to tackle right off the start of the bat. The enemies in the east are not that easy. Hyperlight Souls. So you guys keep talking about Dark Souls, and I guess technically Bloodborne falls into that. If it's that similar to this kind of game, I would probably really enjoy it. I just, I don't know. Those games have an aesthetic that just has never really appealed to me. The shuriken dudes. Man, they're little bastards. Anybody with a projectile is a piece of shit. It's way easier said than done when you get like 5 of those guys all hopping up at once, and each one of them drops a bomb at a different time. Or drops their shuriken at a different time. It makes it so difficult to bounce them all back. Even me now, I'm just kind of screwing around here. Souls is repetitive death. Yeah, you can definitely get that in this. I am amazed. I never reached the 1,000 deaths, which is an achievement in this game. I thought for sure that would be like an easy feat. Holy crap, there's 3 of them. That's insane. Get me out of this mess. Oh my god. No. Oh no. I actually think that was pretty good. I've only used... Oh shoot, have I used 2? I guess I've used 2 health packs in the amount of time I've been doing this. I probably use my gun way more than you, Logan, because I use the shotgun. It's so helpful for short range stuff. And yeah, like I think a huge part of the game, a huge part of the dynamic of what makes this game so unique is the constant switching between sword and gun. I do find that I use the grenade the least. I don't know what that says. It's to me, it's not a very useful tool. It rolls out so slow, and you're gonna miss all the enemies that you're chasing after. Like if you broke them all up into one spot, it's just hard to make it work. I was trying to use the scope a little bit more, cause yeah, it does help. It helps especially with enemies with like with 2 blocks of health, because that's the maximum amount of damage that you can deliver with those things. Whereas the shotgun, it has 5 different bullets, so if you're close enough, you can take 5 huge chunks of health off of an enemy. So it's almost like game breaking. It's crazy. Like that dude should have taken me a little bit more finesse. Oh, dude, the charge slash is amazing when you combo. I've yet to really like. I find it so difficult to just like swing in the middle of or at like the start of a battle or in the middle of something. It's so difficult for me to pull off. But if you're already in the middle of like a swinging assault, doing the charge slash isn't so bad. I'm not paying attention to my health. That's my big issue here. Yeah, you throw down charge slashes like I throw in shoddy blasts. I I love the shotgun. Dude, PvP would be amazing. I was actually trying to think of how they could pull that off in a way that would be very fluid. Like either if you have 2 different teams where you're battling your opponent's enemies and then your opponent, or like kind of like a boss battle situation where you're the boss of each other's. It just seems so tricky to pull off. I would love to see it though. I think this game could develop some really, really, really cool like add-ons and patches in the future. I don't know that they're going to invest much more money into this. I'd love to see it though. Alex Preston is amazing. 1v1 arena would be sweet. It'd be like a little fighting game. I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to see 2 drifters go heads up. Oops. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's right. This is, so this guy with this Gatling gun appears, like, once at some point in the, Oh my god. He appears once in, like, a dungeon that you have to go through something to unlock. I never come across him until way late in the game. And then they throw a ton of them at you in this battle royale, and he is a beast. I don't know why they think that it's like, oh yeah, he's probably got a strategy to be beaten just like anybody else. Rick, the game is quite quick. I think It's funny that Logan was talking to Tommy about the game early on, and Tommy is very discouraged in excuse me in playing, and it's really funny to me because but Tommy's biggest complaint is that the game is so slow. You know, music is very slow paced. But once you get those upgrades, once you get really heavy-handed into uh, like just the fighting style of this game, it is so quick. You have to be quick. You have to be running away from people and then toward them. Uh, the battle royale, I think, really stresses the speed of the game because you have to be quick to attack all these enemies and still survive. I don't know why I didn't deflect that. Oh, we should get in touch with Alex Preston and see if he'll make a 1v1 for us. Oh, there it goes. Like I said, this game is very difficult. For me, that managing the health is probably the hardest part. So, Rick, if you decide to play this game, which it didn't sound like you were that interested in it, but if you decided to, my one suggestion is do not go for health upgrades. This game, health upgrades, weapon upgrades, they're so secondary to the main part of the game, which is upgrading your abilities. Once you unlock the ability to do certain combo attacks or like drift chains and stuff, it really health stab. Does he inject himself? I never really noticed. Let's dive into this one more time. Yeah, this game is absolutely the best defense to good offense. Without a shield, I think that almost goes without saying. If this game offered a shield and not, I think that yeah, I think the pace would be hella slower. But yeah, you always have to be on the attack in this game. That's why I love that shotgun. It drops guys so quickly. Oh, I lucked out there. But yeah, like I said earlier, very briefly, each costume, color, and look like opens up like slight, very slight stat boost. But there is one very special one that you get if you have unlocked enough stuff throughout the game. I think it was one of the last doors that I opened. Um, oh Jesus. Yeah, one of the last doors that I opened gives you an entire extra health block, which is huge in this game, because you get 0 upgrades that ever provide you with that. It is not helping me at all right now, though, which I thought when I first started doing this I didn't have the upgrade. Maybe it would be a game changer, but it really wasn't. Jesus. I made it through 5. It's my first time using a health pack. And I'm trying to be conscious about using them. Okay. This is where it's really just... At some point, it's like the game just decides, oh, here's a shit ton of problems you can have. You can have them all at once. Like these guys. Whoa. Alright, well, this will be about the farthest I've made it in this game so far. In Battle Royale specifically. Drop them. Fucking hate these big bastards. No! That's exactly what I'm talking about, though. Like, if you aren't health management, you are, yeah, crowd management. Management, I think, is the key of this game. It's just it in a lot of ways, it's like Super Smash Brothers. Like, if you don't know where all of your opponents are at any given moment, you will get screwed by any one of them, and all it takes is one to wreck you completely. I think one of my biggest criticisms about this game is that when you get knocked down, there is no. You don't have an invincibility buffer like you do in most games. Like, even in Mega Man, you have at least some invincibility buffer, but in this, it's like occasionally you do. Like, if you drift chain into a wall, you get a buffer. But if you get knocked down by an enemy, you get no buffer. So if you have 5 enemies, each of them do 1 damage attacks, if one of them knocks you over, you're fucked. They will all, if they can swarm around you, each of them get a hit and you're done. It's just that quick. Like, it's absolutely all about paying attention to how much health you have before you enter a room, or if you get a breather in the middle of a horde battle, you just have to. You absolutely have to gather yourself. You have to gather your opponents. Obviously, bunching people up is ideal, but it can be very difficult. You can't. There are no guarantees when you're fighting these enemies. I picked one of the worst rooms to be in. This Battle Royale, though, I think is going to keep me busy for a long time. Okay, so these are prime examples of what I was just talking about. If one of those guys hits you, they stun you, and say somebody with a projectile is already in the middle of firing at you, any one of those bullets will hit you and do damage when you're locked into crystal form. Like, and each time they lock you into crystal form, they do 1 damage too. So I've had those things pile up and take me on all at once, and it's crazy because like little characters that you kind of take for granted as being just too easy to defeat will just drop you. Like this dumb dog. Oh, these dogs are so frustrating. Yeah, the samurai. Oh, that's really clever. I'd never thought about really like working with that charge slash. The dogs reach you from so far away. There's just nothing you can do about it. I think that would be the one time that I would find the scope would be most useful. Let's take a look at the pulse gun. This one is so heavy duty. Yeah, that's what I thought. Dogs are great to snipe. That seems like the logical conclusion. That they're so. They hit you from so far away, you have to have something that will hit them from equally far away. You know, I love the standard handgun in this. I kind of wish that it was a little bit more powerful, but at the same time, I think that would take away from the cuteness of it. If that makes sense, it sounds kind of. Alright, so I got the pulse gun out. I'm sure you already have this one, Logan. Let's see what kind of damage this baby does. Yeah, it's okay. No! But this guy, all it takes is 2 shotgun blasts. Wow, I'm just not paying attention. This has been 30 minutes of Battle Royale. Thank you guys for being in the room while you're in the middle of work. Hope I can make your workday a little bit more interesting. It is 10:42, and I'm gonna have to get ready for work in a little bit here, but I might as well dive into another. Oh, those big sorcerers. So Logan, I don't know how far you've made it in the game at this point, because I know you took a break for No Man's Sky. But the south side will probably go by a lot faster than you expect. Who's that, Rick? I'm not familiar. And does that mean I'm interesting or boring? That's the real thing I need to know. Oh my god. Take these guys for granted, and as simple as they are, they can... Why is my shotgun not working? Oh, I'm out. That explains a lot. Yeah, so, there aren't a lot of paths you can go in the south side. So that southwest corner is going to lead you to a lot of the main chunk of the south. Alan Almond was the dude on the radio late at night who, oh my god, it's moving, used to host Pillow Talk. Oh, I've heard of Pillow Talk. I don't think I've ever listened to it though. Look at this, 3 of these guys. Oh, I'd be lucky if I made it through that. The one that looks like peace and then turns out to be boss. Oh yeah, dude. So Southside is really tricky like that. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but that's a good little segue into what the whole rest of the South is like, I guess. Pillow Talk is on 100.3. That sounds alright. I feel like when I was younger, I probably was up and I listened to it a couple times. Oh, jeez. So, while this is one of my favorite areas to play, because I think I've done this side so many times, this is the south side, I forget that some of the most devastating enemies come out of this, like those cyborg dudes. Look at that, I have 1 health left, I don't even know how that happened. Hey, beat him second try, good work. Yeah, the south side will be a little bit more forgiving. It's so small and everything's kind of bunched together. Oh crap, 2 big dudes. This is what I'm talking about. Like the randomness of Battle Royale is so authentically random that it's quite frustrating. Like you just get 2 of these heavy-duty bad guys at once, and this is round 2. That seems a bit insane. It seems like those guys should come up together at, like, maybe round 5 or something. The randomness does keep you on your toes, though, so kudos to them for really driving that feel home. Now, you can trick bad guys into falling into that big pit down there. Which is very helpful. Not a shotgun blast. Oh, KO Arcade. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to our stream. Just getting in a few minutes on the Detroit Arcade Club channel before I have to get ready for work today. So we're having coffee and Hyper Light Drifter. A little Battle Royale right now with some insane enemies. Holy crap. pipe life. Oh yeah, okay, I do have a railgun. Oh, that's the heavy duty one. Holy crap! Oh man, that was crazy. Did you guys see that? There were like 3 missile dudes and then like one of those Gatling gun guys or something. I don't know. There's too much happening all at once sometimes. One of my favorite parts of this game is that there is no dialogue and that when you talk to people, it shows you illustrated stories. Um, I feel like if I give this game a second playthrough, which I will at some point, at least for New Game Plus, I'll be a little bit more focused on paying attention to all the story bits. Though I think that it's pretty easy to get a good gist of what the whole story is all about. And the tie-in to the creator's actual issues are quite interesting. Sorry, KO Arcade, that you're diving in now, right toward the end of the stream. Maybe I'll sneak in. Yeah, I might sneak in one more here. Yeah, New Game Plus, I can't imagine how hard that's going to be in this game. I'm very intrigued. I started a file, but I didn't really do anything with it. And it kind of made Erin mad because she had just seen me beat the main boss. She's like, "You're going to play this game again?" Which ended up not being the case anyway. I wasn't willing to get that involved in another round of this game. I think at this point the mindless fun of doing Battle Royale and trying to polish off the last of the secret stuff that I still have yet to get is going to be like the main fun for me. I mean, once you've beaten the game, you do reach this level of comfortable skill with most of the I did a comfortable level of skill with all the different tools and equipment that you get throughout the game, like this wonderful shotgun. You get so used to the tools that when searching for all the rare items that I was looking for, I felt like it was getting naturally very easy to quite literally drift through each area of the game and just kind of slice and dice, hack and slash into completion. Logan, one of the most satisfying things in this game, this is why I suggest checking out the shotgun at least a little bit, is when you get those big enemies and it takes 2 shots to drop them, it feels so good. And maybe that's just me. I've always loved shotguns. If I'm thrown into a game, I'm not usually comfortable with like melee systems. So getting a shotgun keeps enemies at like a steady and comfortable distance for me. Yeah. So next time I do a stream, hopefully next week or maybe if it opens up this weekend, I'll do a test stream. But I want to test out the chat setup that we were talking about last night. When I was doing test stream stuff. Oh, that dog is really pissing me off. This is absolutely when that comes in handy. There we go. Oh, I don't know how that one was so difficult. You know, I'm still trying to squeeze in the charge slash. I'm not having much luck here. Freaking dogs. Oh, send me more, why don't you? I only have 5 bullets. Whew, that was intense. So this is where it dropped me last time. Oh, I got 2 health, great. I'm pretty much screwed here. Oh no! One of my one of my strategies when I enter a room that's like this intense, aside from circling around the outside till you get comfortable with what's going on in the middle, is try to take care of anybody with a projectile first. They're the most annoying. If they bunch up, you have no control over redirecting those projectiles, which I think I mentioned way earlier today. Oh god. Whew. That was intense. Alright, well, what do I have? I've got 2 health left. I don't see this happening, but of course gonna give it my best shot. There it goes. All it took was 1. That's the farthest I made it on that one, so thank you for being part of that. Yeah, the first time I made it to 8 instead of 7. Oh, yeah, dude, big slow idiots. Those guys, thank God, even though they drop a heavy amount of damage, due to their sluggishness, that it makes them a little bit more tolerable to destroy. A little bit easier, I should say, to destroy. Yeah, so the sound is pretty good for you guys, you thought? So I got this bug in this house. It's really bothering me here. Yeah, I think at this point I'm going to have to call it a day and get ready for work. I'm probably going to be scrambling at this point. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for popping in. So the new headphones are excellent. Thank you guys for all your suggestions. So whether or not I took your suggestion, I still appreciate that you gave it. Yesterday was kind of a scramble trying to figure that whole thing out. And then it was a bit of a bummer because it just didn't work out in the end. You know, Logan, I actually think I might make this a semi-regular thing because I usually have an hour to kill before before I get ready for work every day. Especially right now, I don't have to go in any earlier. So yeah, I think Coffee Talk is a good idea for a little show. Maybe I'll just do that instead of Game Club because production value is going to take a while to get up to what I want. But yeah, this has been Hyperlight Drifter, Coffee and Hyperlight Drifter. Thank you guys for joining. I'll talk to you guys on Slack, and so I'll see you later. Bye.